Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Brad Shuck here, Dr. B Shuck, coming at you straight up live someplace in Kentucky. Today, look, we're going to dive into a little mission, vision, values. Little mission, vision, values. Everybody wants to talk about mission, vision, values. Look, you need to have that stuff in place. If you don't have a mission, you don't have a vision, you're not sure what the values are, those are prerequisites before we even have this conversation. Here's what I want to talk about today. What does it look like when you're on mission? Not just thinking about mission, not just doing some mission, but what does it look like when you're on mission? So about a year ago, I got a chance to go down to Frisco, Texas to do some work at the Dallas Cowboys training facility, like the Dallas Cowboys. It was super cool. It was awesome. Amazing facility. While I was down there, I got to meet my good friend, Jeff White. Now, Jeff White is a firefighter with the Frisco Fire Department. Some of the nation's really just best men and women. They're brave, they're courageous, they run into fires, things that I don't do on a daily basis. And Jeff invited me to come over and eat at the firehouse and kind of hang out. And if they got to run, I might get to go. So we were eating this amazing dinner. They had steaks and they had shrimp and they had regular mashed potatoes and cauliflower mashed potatoes, and it was super good and super awesome. And a tone went off. And I couldn't hear it, but they heard it. And immediately they jumped into action. They moved into action in ways that I had not seen grown men move like that fast, with that kind of purpose-driven run to a fire truck. And they said, "Come on, Doc, let's go, gear up." And so they threw me in some gear really quickly and they let me ride along. And my heart was pounding out of my chest. I don't think my heart has pounded that hard, that fast in years. And we're flying down the road. Get this, we're flying down the road and the sirens are going off and the lights, and they're looking at me. And you know what they're doing? They're planning. They're planning what's going to happen when the truck and the other trucks that are coming, what's going to happen when they arrive. And everything is an incredibly coordinated event, from where are the fire hydrants and how we're going to drop hoses. And if this thing is engulfed, what are we going to do? And here's the plan. And we got out of the truck and they said, "Doc, stand right here." And then some of the men that I was riding in the truck with run into a building that's smoking. Guys, that's what being on mission is all about. Being on mission is believing in something so deeply that you don't run away, you run toward. So being on mission is about running toward something, not away from something. And the men that I watched run into this building, billowing smoke, men that I had just eaten dinner with, we were getting ready to get into dessert. And they do this day in, day out. That is what on mission is all about. Being on mission like that, that's what leadership is. That's what leadership looks like. That's what leadership feels like. Now look, I don't know anybody who doesn't want to make a difference. So I don't know anybody that doesn't want to live a life of value, a life of meaning, a life of purpose. That's what this idea of leadership is all about. Leadership is all about helping someone, helping the one, right? And it isn't about how many followers I have. It isn't about how many Instagram likes I get. It isn't about how many people watch my YouTube videos. It isn't about how many people are on my team. It isn't about the fancy stuff. Leadership isn't fancy. Look, when I got in the fire truck to run with my team, right? I'm going to call it my team. Jeff would mind that. When I got in the fire truck to run with the team that day, that gear is heavy. I tried to go up and down some stairs. I was winded pretty quickly. The gear is hot. Can you imagine putting on that gear in Texas heat and what that feels like to stand outside in the blazing sun? These people, they led not because it was comfortable or because it was convenient. They led because they were committed, and that's on mission. So the first word here is sacrificial commitment. Leadership is not about how much I have or what's in my life or how much money I can make or how many Instagram followers I have, how many people like my Facebook post, how many people read my articles, how many people notice me, how many people are talking to me when I go into the room. It's not about that. Sacrificial commitment is about putting commitment to mission above convenience and comfort, because leadership is going to get hard. Leadership is going to get rough sometimes. You're going to run into challenges. You're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into things you didn't expect. And if you're just in it for the convenience and the comfort, you're not leading. The second is this idea of defiant joy. Defiant joy. That when things get difficult, we live in a culture right now that I'll just unfollow you. I'll just cancel you. I don't like you. I disagree with you. I don't have to see your post anymore. I'm just going to cancel you. We live in a cancel culture. Defiant joy is something that I struggle with. It's hard. Anybody on my team knows there's been a couple of times where I've just lost my absolute mind in a meeting. I mean, like almost flipping tables, like throwing chairs kind of stuff, right? Why? Because it was centered on me. See, you can't have defiant joy when the target's always centered on you. Whoa, that person was mean to me. That person doesn't agree with me. Well, what about my opinion? Well, that person doesn't like what I have to say. That person doesn't like my post. That person doesn't like my video. That person is talking about me. The times in my life that I have struggled the most have been those times when the effort, the energy, and the attention has been focused squarely on me. You know, it's hard to sacrifice and have sacrificial commitment when we're constantly focused on a place of me, my job, my health, my project, my idea, my hand, my voice, me talking here, look at me. Sacrificial commitment is a hard place to get to if we're constantly focused only on ourselves. And so as leaders, here's the challenge. We've got to turn outward. We've got to turn outward to face others, to see the world around us, and to be willing to step into that gap, not only with sacrificial commitment, but with defiant joy, because you're going to come up against places where things are difficult. And I'm telling you right now, if you respond in anger and anxiety and you get mad, people expect that. Give them something they don't expect. Now, look, I'm not suggesting that we're soft here. I'm not suggesting that we're not accountable. That when someone hurts us or harms us or calls our credibility into question, when someone calls our integrity out, it is okay to get upset about that, and it is okay to respond appropriately. But I'm telling you right now, no one expects compassion. Nobody expects defiant joy. No one expects us to respond with love. And accountability and love go together. They exist in the same sentence. Accountability and integrity. Accountability and defiant joy. And sacrificial commitment. I'll never forget riding in that fire truck with my friends from the Frisco Fire Department, and I'll forever be indebted to them. They taught me a really great lesson that day. They taught me what it looks like to serve, and to serve in a way that is absolutely sacrificial. When they're away from their families for long periods of time, when they wear clothes that are hot and heavy, when they get in trucks that it was decently comfortable, but it was big and hard to drive. And I watched these men plot out every move, every step we would be taking when we got there. That day, I got to see leadership in action. I got to see leadership on mission. A lot of people talk about mission, vision, values. A lot of people talk about how important it is, and I agree. Those are important things. But being on mission is so different than just talking about it. So I hope you're encouraged. And I hope that sometime this week you have an opportunity to put these principles into practice. You have a chance to change the way somebody might experience their week. That's mission, vision, values. That's sacrificial commitment. That's defiant joy. That's what leadership is all about. Guys, until next time.